Pua! Hi, it's San and welcome to another video. It's been a really long time since we've done our last warm-up and stretching video, so I decided to update it. If you want to just skip to it, you can go to this timestamp. If not, you can hear me share about what I've learned in the past few years about stretching and warm-up. Firstly is that you want to warm up and stretch like together and do a lot more active stretching, that the kind that supports your own body weight, the kind that you get tired while doing it, even though you're like, I'm just holding a position, why am I starting to sweat? You know, that's the kind of stuff that you want to do for warm-up. The kinds that you want to do for cool-down are the ones where you're sitting on the floor, like opening, stretching up your center legs, and then you could like fall asleep in that position, you know? So the kind that we want for warm-up is the more vigorous type. Stretching is really just to increase your body range of movement. Wherever you are, you just push it a bit further each time, and also to reduce injury. Our muscles are kind of like blue tack, you know, they stretch and contract when we move. And if you don't like warm up your blue tack beforehand and you just try to get into dancing and there's a sudden move that requires you to move like quickly, sharply, or very big range all of a sudden, then it's very easy for your muscle to snap, you know, and that's where you get your injury. But if you do your proper warm up and stretching, that's the same thing as like kneading the blue tack, like that, you know, you knead it a few times and you really get it into the stretching and contracting first. And then if you do it safely, then suddenly your muscles can like stretch infinitely and you can go on forever without it snapping. So same way, blue tack muscles, it works similarly. That's why you want to do our stretching properly. You want to focus on the parts that you're going to use in your dance. So today I'm giving you a base, and it will generally cover most of the body parts. But if you're doing, for example, a dance with a lot of arms, you will want to search up more arm stretches and focus there instead. Take more time there. Also, even look for drills. Like drills are like, for example, whacking. There's the basic whacking drill, where you do the basic movements that make the foundation, and that would get your body more familiar with that movement so that when you're dancing it later on, it would be easier for you and your body would look more comfortable. And that's what you want, right? You want your body to look comfortable so that your dancing looks confident and effortless. If there are parts of your body that are sore, for example, you slept the wrong way and your neck actually is quite strained on one side, stretching would sound it out for you so that you can pay attention to that area, you can stretch it more, and also be aware that you can't move that muscle as much during the dancing so that you can protect yourself from injury. And lastly, it's gonna be a quiet video. It'll just be my voice and the video, so you can put on your own hype music so that you don't have to listen to the same music every time. In the second tab, yes, and do something that is upbeat, fast, and energetic so that you can get your body started. I think that's all. So if you enjoy these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe to Forearm Dance Tutorials, and also check out my Patreon where I give all the tutorials 1 week early, especially talking about my dance life in the vlogs. Yes. Okay, let's get to it. So first we're going to start off with jumping jacks. I like to do, I think, 3 or 4 sets of 8. I mean, just 2 sets of 8. This would get your body started. It's a very good whole body warm-up, and also exercises your deltoids, which is your shoulder muscles. Okay, now we're going to do some back kicks and then front kicks. And now we're going to stretch the neck, so rotate it in one direction 4 times, make big rotations. If you find any kinks in the muscles, then you can pay attention to that area and stretch it out more. And now reverse direction, so you want to always keep it even. Okay, now we're going to rotate our wrists. And then we're going to stretch our forearms. So just use one hand and push your fingers back. I like to bounce a bit, that way you can give a better stretch. Switch hands. Okay, now it's a tricep stretch. So one arm across the body and then keep those shoulders down, yeah? And then twist the body for an extra back twist. Switch arms. And then twist the body. Okay, now we're going to do an overhead arm stretch. Now hold on to that elbow and then really pull it down. And then extra stretch, go down to the side. And then switch arms, pull it down. And then extra stretch, go down to the side. Okay, now we're going to make small circles and gradually go bigger. This is good for our biceps and our shoulders. And then reverse direction. Start off small and then slowly work your way out. Just go as far as your body is used to and then push a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna do a few, I would call these squats, I guess, and then with the arm motion as well. It gives a very full body warm up and try and go deep. Now we add in the body wave. So when your arms are on top, you start the body wave and then you slowly go down. Okay, make sure to move your spine and go deep as possible. Okay, now we're going to do small chest isolations. Rotate your chest one way. This is the inner isolation, so try and keep your shoulders in the same spot and then reverse direction. Okay, now we're going to do big rotation. So this is the outer axis for your chest iso. You just move outwards from your hips, yeah? The whole body, the whole chest. And rotate the other way. Next, side twist. Twist your back one way and then twist your back the other way. Okay, now we open up our legs. And then we do hip isolations. So if you want your hips to go further out, you try and spread open your legs more, yeah? This will open up your hips. Make sure your knees are pointing outwards. And do the other direction too. Now pull your one foot back. This is your front of your thigh. It's called your quads. And then you pull it high and try and go forward. This will help stretch your back as well. Okay, second quad. Pull the leg back, balance, and then go forward. Yep. Okay, now we're going to do inner thigh. So the inner thigh is called the hip flexors. So just push down on one knee. Make sure you're really, really low. And then push down on the other knee. So you should be stretching the flexor that your hand is pushing against. Okay, and now we're going to do a lunge forward. This would help to stretch your calf. So if your right foot's in front, you should be stretching your left calf, which is behind. Straighten your right knee and then body goes down to the floor. This will stretch your right hamstring, so the foot that's in front. The hamstring is the back of the thigh. Okay, and then try and balance up like that to a nice T-pose. Okay, now switch legs. So left foot forward. Now we're going to stretch the right calf, which is the bottom half of your leg. Right calf, and then straighten it. Go down. That's your left hamstring, which is the back of your thigh. And then come up into your T-pose. Try and balance. Okay, engage all that muscle. Okay, now we're going to do a few squats. So to start with shoulder width apart, do 4 squats. Open up a bit more, do 4 more squats. Slowly, yeah? And now open up even more. You can do it even more. And then try and do really wide squats, yeah? Knees pointed outwards. Do your best. Okay, great. Now we're going to do a few lunges. 1, 2, 3. Do 8 lunges. And alternate your legs, yeah? Make sure your knee doesn't hit the ground, but have your knee go as close to the ground as possible. Big lunges. Okay, now we're going to do side lunges. So open up. Try and open up as big as possible. A lot of beginner mistakes is not opening up your legs wide enough when you're dancing and you don't look grounded. lift up one knee and then rotate the ankle. This one's super important. A lot of people have ankle injuries when they land wrong and their ankle isn't softened up. So rotate that ankle. Okay, now we sit down. A lot of people like to stretch their glutes like this, but I like to do a different method. So just put your right foot on your left thigh, just behind the knee, and then push against the floor to keep your back straight and upright. Okay? Then your left foot on the floor, you can like try and lift it up or bring it closer to really stretch it out. Similarly, left foot on the right thigh, and then you bring in that foot so that you can really stretch it. It is for your glutes. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to hold on to your ankles or your legs. Then you're just going to squat and lift with your feet on the floor. Okay, only lift as far as you can go. If you can't straighten your knees all the way, that's fine. As long as you feel the stretch is good. So do that 4 times. Like that. Okay, then just try and stretch forward to the ground. This one really stretches your hamstrings. Yeah. I usually leave my legs a bit bent because I can't do it all the way. And then it's the back stretch. So just hold on to a wall and then just stretch your back. And that's it. Great job. Proud of you. Thank you for dedicating time to your body to really do your warm-up, stay disciplined and stretch. See you next time.